Record. So tonight's topic is all about planning your month strategically. I thought going into a new month, I know we're at the 4th, but it's a perfect time to really kind of cover this because if you don't have a plan, I'm going to tell you right now, you're probably going to fail this month because we all have jobs, we have kids, we have other things going on. So if you're planning to wake up and wing it every day, I guarantee you're not going to get the post up that you need. You're going to feel like you're scrambling every time we have something going on to invite to. You're going to feel like you don't know what to post. So doing this was really a game changer in my business. When I worked full time, when I took my day off to do this at the beginning of each month, usually I do it the last week of, so like February 26th through the 29th, I was planning March. So I had dates set up. I knew, my free group is always the first week in the month. I kind of plan my month out the last few days of the month I'm in. So winding down February, I'm looking and I'm pulling out my March calendar and I'm saying, okay, where are dates? Because I have to create a calendar for you guys, I set those all out. So for you guys, I would suggest, we're talking about it on the 4th, but I suggest doing this kind of as you get to your end of your month, that you look to your next month and say, what do I have going on? Because usually you need to make posts and be, talking about stuff 2 to 3 weeks prior to them actually happening. So say you have a challenge group starting on the 14th, you're going to need to be promoting that, the first weekend of your month so that you get people ordered and signed up. So anyway, I think planning your month out and just kind of sharing with you guys how I do that will help you all as we go into this month, spring. The first quarter of Beachbody is the busiest time of the year for Beachbody coaches because why? Spring break, summer's rolling around, people get their taxes back. You can just look that there's a wave in Beachbody sales, like everything goes up and then kind of it dips down towards the end of the year. So right now is prime time to be building relationships and doing 110% more than what you ever thought you could do. Just give that little extra right now, and I promise it will pay off in your business in the slow months. So doing this each and every month will cause you from feeling like you're overwhelmed or going crazy. So let me grab my slideshow. It's not very long, but I do just want to go through it with y'all. Okay. So I threw this together really quick, so I'm sorry my daughter did not go to bed, so it's not very pretty, but so planning your month. I put 2 quotes on there that I really, really like, and on my whiteboard, I usually have a quote or 2, or I have stuff around it, or, I pin stuff from Pinterest and put it as my background on my computer or my phone, because I want to remind myself why I do this other than a paycheck every week. If you're going to look for a paycheck every week in the beginning of this business, you're going to fail because it goes so up and so down. So find why you like coaching. What is it that drew you to the business? Your upline coach. What made you, kind of drawn into this opportunity of helping people and wanting to work on your fitness and health goals? What about it do you love? And create a vision board, a goal board for your month. Stuff that inspires you, or things that you need to work on is what I read for personal development. But so to make an income while making an impact, that really struck home with me because I was making an income at a job, right? I had a job, but it wasn't enough. I didn't feel fulfilled in it. I didn't really feel like I was going anywhere in it. I didn't really like it. I didn't have a passion in it. I was good at it, but honestly, creating schedules and telling people what to do at a clothing store just wasn't my gig. So I wanted to earn an income while doing something, and now I'm making an impact and I'm helping other people do the same. And every no gets me closer to a yes. Even 2 years in the business, you guys might have seen Success Club 10 Legend is what I just hit. That's 24 months of helping at least 5 people in a challenge pack into a challenge group. That is not a goal that's easy to hit. I mean, 5 people a month is a lot, and we have slow months, but I made it a non-negotiable. And so I like that quote because I get told no just as many times as you guys, or maybe even more. Like, I just talk to a lot of people to find my yeses. It doesn't mean that it comes easy to me. It doesn't mean that Bree has some secret sauce of like signing people up. I do the same thing you guys do. I just did more of it. I did all I could do to make that goal happen. So I just really liked that because I do hear no every single day, and I still invite every single day. And I hear no all the time. So I liked those quotes to kind of start my month out because it reminds me like, hey, I'm going to hear no. I could be in this business for 6 years and I'm still going to hear no, right? All right, so this is my fake whiteboard. Pretend I have a whiteboard. This is what I do. So I have my month at the top, and I usually just kind of section it out. So I have like different stuff set up. So we're just going to walk through it. Kind of in the top, I have my personal goals. I like writing my personal goals on my month because it reminds me why I'm doing what I do, reminds me why I show up more than Success Club points, because you get tired of hearing about the points. I want to remember why I'm reaching that goal and why I'm pushing for that goal. So, we had items for this month. It's items for the baby room that I want to go, splurge at TJ Maxx, Home Goods, whatever. And I don't really want to put that on a credit card. So I want to know that that's in my mind because it makes me want to push harder because I love home decorating. So I'm like, sweet. All right, hit my goals, go to Home Goods. Cool. And then read 2 personal development books. I've been hormonal, I've been crazy, so I know I need personal development. I have to have that on my board to remind myself. 2 books. I got to do it. It's part of my business. It's part of who I am as a leader. And I know it's going to, help me grow. And so it's just it's a non-negotiable for me. All right, so then I have my business goals. And yours is going to look different. Whether you're a new coach or you've been in the business, it's going to look different. So don't feel like you need to write this down, that these need to be your goals. This is just an example of what my board might look like. So I have my business goals. So I have my personal goals and business goals. I have, a rank date or ranks that I want to hit. I have little goals, like I want to make errand diamonds to help increase my team volume. That helps some of you coaches on the call. Actually, I know I've talked to a few of you, like I'm going to place you. It's going to say Aaron, it's kind of confusing, but, I've made that promise. So that's one of my goals is I'm going to help him, achieve that rank so I can help my coaches on my team hit some more volume. So just stuff like that. So do you have a rank in mind? Do you know what the ranks are? Go check them out. Do you have a goal in your business that you want to hit? Maybe you're a new coach and Emerald is your goal this month. And Success Club, something like that. Maybe you're in your second month of hitting Success Club to earn your success starters for your ticket to Nashville summit. So whatever your goals, write them down so you can see them and remind yourself. And then in the middle, I have Success Club because, as you know, that's like a determining factor in your business. It will help you see, am I signing people up? Am I not? Do I need to talk to more people? Do I not? And beyond my Success Club goal, I strive for 30 every month. It's just a number that I found it pushes me. It's a push goal. It doesn't mean I have to hit it, but it's something that I know I can achieve because I've achieved 52. So no, I don't hit 52 every month. No, I don't hit 30 every month. But I know that it's an obtainable goal because I've hit it and I know I can push that hard and that I've done it before. So that's just my goal every month. I put that on my calendar. And beyond that, I break it down because I don't want to get to the end of the month and be at 2 and go, oh, I really wanted 30, bummer. So I look at my week and I say, okay, so if I'm at Success Club 6 by the 5th, that's a month or a weekend. And then the next month, if I'm at 12, and then I keep saying month, the next week I'm at 12, March 19th, I'll be at 20. And by the 26th or 28th, I want to be at 30. Okay. So this gives me some push room. But if I hit that week, say it's March 12th, and I'm at like 6 points, I'm like, I need to really refocus where my month is, and I need to start inviting more people if I'm going to hit that goal. So I can really determine by these dates where I'm at and where I want to be and refocus my to-do list for the month, for the day, moving forward. And I have enough time to reevaluate and do that. So by setting those weekly goals for myself, it's not a must or bust. It's just a way for me to measure my business each week. And for me to say, did I talk to people every day? So if I get to the end of the week and I'm at 0 points or I haven't signed any challengers, I'm like, okay, did I invite daily? Did I add to my network? Was I posting? Oh, I didn't post at all about a challenge group or a coaching opportunity. Duh, no wonder. So that just helps keep in mind making dates and setting them and having them on my calendar so I know that's my goal. And then the bottom, so, what do I want for my team? This helps me focus for you guys. Who's new on the team, who's showing that they're ready for this, and making their goals. When you set goals like this and you share them with me or your upline coach, I know, like, okay, so Desiree, Ryan, Mackenzie, whoever, they want to hit emerald. So I have 5 people on my team that are pushing. I'm going to help those 4 people hit emerald this month. And I know I have a few girls in my push group, so I'm going to help them push, and we're going to hopefully pop a new diamond this month. Okay. So for you as a new coach, maybe that says, team builder, I want to add 2 coaches to my team this month, or I want to help one of my challengers sign up as a coach, or I'm going to invite and help, one of my, maybe you're emerald, I'm going to help one of my coaches go emerald, whatever it is. Help kind of visualize what you want your team to start doing. Okay. Even if it's your boyfriend or spouse, or you only have 1 person on your team, or you have 0 people on your team, you can start creating these goals, no matter how small. My team builder goals in the beginning were like just silly little things, like small. It seemed so small, but they help you visualize bigger and bigger each month. Because if you hit them, so you hit emerald, you hit diamond, you hit, I want 3 coaches on my left and 3 coaches on my right. I want 4 active coaches on my team. Whatever it is, it's making those small tangible goals that create the momentum and the team and create something bigger. So you got to set yourself goals. And then over here, I have my group start dates. So some of these might be a little bit off. I was trying to remember from our team calendar what I've told you guys. So please bear with me if they don't match up. I was trying to remember, as again, I don't have my whiteboard, but I know I have my coach basics to help you all. I run one once a month, so I have that on my whiteboard to know, when is coach basics. So for a new coach, they should have that and know that's important, right? I have my free group. I know when that starts, so I know that I need to be promoting that, a few days before, so I can get everyone added in so they can get a shopping list or whatever kind of group I'm running, that they can grab the material they need and get started. I have a challenge group set start date, so I know, okay, I need to have that up and running and people, added into the Facebook group or a challenge app link sent out so that they can get in there and get their measurements done. I know when my sneak peek is. I know when my live calls are. So this way, nothing is surprising to me. And I know that when I'm looking at my board, I usually, when I sit down at my desk and I have my whiteboard right there, when I sit down, I can go, oh my goodness, tomorrow is a live webinar. I better, share with the team or share on my page, an opportunity and invite to this. I better have some posts ready to grab from, because I know my kiddo is going to be doing this and I'm going to be busy. So I know I need to find a post now. So really planning out your month, this is what I do. This is what it looks like. So again, your numbers might be different. Your goals are going to be different. I don't expect your goals to look like mine, but writing it out and setting dates is going to help you, especially with those of you that are working and busy. I know now this is my full-time job, so obviously I put in a lot more hours into my business, but if you have a power hour, whatever it is, this is going to help you focus when you sit down to work. So you're not just kind of going, maybe I'll make a post, maybe I'll talk to somebody. This will help you refocus. And so as far as posting goes, when you're setting your start dates for things and you have that all lined up, you should be promoting for challenge groups 2 to 3 weeks before your challenge group starts, because you want to be posting and inviting and have people signed up. A week or so for sneak peeks. Usually you see me posting, 3 to 4 days before a sneak peek, and then again the day before, or 3 to 4 days before, and then again like the day before, like last call, join our sneak peek. Webinars, I try to post just the day of the webinar. Sometimes I'll do a day before. So when it's something live, I create an event the day of or the day before. I invite my potentials that I've talked to about coaching. That's why keeping a list is so important. I invite challengers I've talked to or current challengers to it, but always creating a public event that you can post a link into and inviting people to, because you never know who's going to see it and join it, and you can reach out to the people that have liked your event or said interested in your event. Even if they can't join the webinar, I always tell them, like, hey, if they're like, oh, I missed it, I'm like, well, click the link, it's recorded, perfect. So they have no excuses. But I have, kind of a record once I've created an event of who is interested and who's shown up. That kind of helps me track. All right, setting work hours. This is really important. And again, this was important when I worked full time, because otherwise I would be going crazy if I didn't have like some sort of structure in my day. I have moments where I don't talk to coaches because I know that I have a business to run, and I have to be really structured in how I run things, because I have a daughter that freaks out if I'm on my phone. So I have to strategically plan when I'm going to do one-on-one calls. You know, most of you have had a one-on-one call with me, and if my daughter was around, you would probably hear her screaming, and I'd be like, so sorry, oh my goodness, and we would have nothing accomplished. So I set work hours so that I can have my week, and I know what I need to do, and I know the hours within, you know, where I should be doing those things. So it looks a little bit different than when I worked full time, but my day in general, I like having it mapped out. So I know that right now I'm not really working out. It's kind of a walk for 15 minutes maybe. So it's kind of been changing. I know I need to schedule in a power hour. That's just my daily go-to every single day besides Sundays. Is my day off, but power hour is scheduled in there. And I know 10 to 11 because my kiddo goes to school. Aaron gets in the shower, does his workout, whatever. I know it's my downtime where I'm not going to be distracted, and I can sit down and really power through that. I have team and coach time. So like if I know that I need to talk to my teammates or new coaches or get stuff together, you know, posting about the calls tonight, stuff like that, that's team building, I have that scheduled in too. So set work hours for yourself. You might be a brand new coach, but there's no wrong hours. But when you look at your week and you can set and say, you know, this day is really busy, or I really need to dedicate this day to my kids, or we have tons going on in this day. You can really look and say, when can my power hour fit in? When can my inviting happen? When can my workouts happen? And you can create business hours. I created business hours the first week in the business because I treated it like a 6-figure income earning business right from the get-go. I knew if I was going to be serious about this and, you know, the business was going to come back at me seriously, I had to treat it as such before, like, you know, I was like, well, I'm the CEO and I had nobody on my team. But I was going to set those hours because then I knew I would focus better. And then I have my random to-do list. So again, I didn't say this, but I have 2 whiteboards actually. So my work hours, business hours are written on one. This way I can schedule in and fill it in with calls and stuff as I go through the month. But my random to-dos. So when you're like sitting down and you go, okay, well, I did a power hour. Well, I'm going to invite some more, or I don't have any new messages because I've just gone through them. What do I do? Start a list of things, because there's always that call that you missed, right? And you're like, oh, I'll watch it or I'll listen to it later. Just start a list of stuff, or, you know, create a Google document of like videos I want to watch. So as you're being a student and you're learning, you can have that list to go off of if you're like, okay, what do I do now? Or a personal development book that you hear, you know, write it in your random to-dos so that you can remember, oh yeah, I was going to download that book on Audibles and listen to it. Or I was going to try that new recipe and share it in my clean eating group, whatever it is. So start a random to-do list. Okay, setting goals, daily, weekly, monthly, and yearly. All of these are important. If you have daily goals, you're going to focus. If you have weekly goals, you're going to push. If you have monthly goals, you're going to succeed. If you have yearly goals, you're going to drive your business forward. It seems like a lot. And the yearly goals, I've shared my board. I want it to be outlandish. I want it to be out there so far that you're like, there's no way that's happening. And that's terrifying. But I'm just going to put it on there because what the heck, right? Like, why not me, right? I remember 2 years ago when my coach told me to make a goal board, and I was like, okay, I want to be emerald by the end of the year, and maybe I can make $100. And she's like, what are you talking about? Like, you want to make $100 a month, so you literally are gonna like help, like sign a person maybe once a month. Like, I'm like, I don't know. So dive deep. What do you see out of this business? Do you see potential in yourself? And if you push in this business, what do you really think you can achieve? And beyond that, what do you think you can't achieve that you're going to write on that goal board to help you push even harder? Connect your why for coaching into your posts and your business and your goals. So your why is backing up your goals. They might look different than mine. My goal is financial freedom. And that doesn't just mean money. It means I want my I always say husband because everybody says he's my husband. My boyfriend home. I want him because he is a way better dad than I am a mom. And I don't mean that like I'm a bad mom, but like he likes being a dad a lot. He's home with the children. And when I nannied, he was like, oh, when do you have the kids? I want to be home with them. You know, he would plan his days off when I nannied. I'm like, this is like my job. Like I can take care of the kids. He wants to be home with the kids. So that's like a huge driving factor for me because his income really helps us, but I would love to create income and financial stability for him to just leave his job and be home with the kids. He would love that. So that connects my why behind why do I want to make that income? Because money, again, is it's hard to put a number on it. But when I can say, okay, what would I need to do to make him quit his job and be home with our children? That makes me push, right? $1,000 a week, cool. Like, great. What am I going to buy with that? Pay off some debt. But seeing that grow so that I can reach that big goal, that big why, really connects me with the business and makes me show up every day when I'm cramping, I'm pregnant, I'm hormonal. I'm like, nope, it's going to happen. In a year, he's going to quit his job. So I better go and invite a few more people. And let's see, I lost my train of thought. Sorry, I'm talking about Aaron and kids. I don't know where I got. Discover who you are as a coach, because I know you connected with me or your upline coach for some reason, right? You saw their story, saw their struggles, their journey, their personality. You've talked to them on Facebook, you've talked to them through calls or Zoom chats like this, and something drew you to them, right? It wasn't just a poster picture of 21 Day Fix that you're like, I need to work with that person, right? I guarantee you have not seen a post on my page of a stock photo of 21 Day Fix containers and gone, man, that girl is so inspiring. Or I really want to talk to that girl, or I'm going to follow that girl. You probably saw family, you saw struggle, you saw success, you saw everything that I'm about in this business. And that is helping people, and that is helping myself. It's, becoming a better person, becoming a better mom, becoming a well-rounded individual. It's not about 10 pounds lost or 20 pounds lost or a 15-pound gain. It's about connecting with who you are and wanting to hone in on making that person a well-rounded person. So who are you as a coach? I want you to go delete stock photos. I chatted with a coach earlier about this. I was like, you don't want a stock photo, because if you have a stock photo up, what makes that person not just go search 21 Day Fix and buy it off Amazon, right? You need to connect that person with you and your business and your challenge group, because you're going to be a part of it and you're going to help them succeed. So discover things that you're interested in. And the more you share that stuff and the more you share you, that's how you're going to find your target market audience and the people that you connect with more. So I always tell Mackenzie, I'm like, Mackenzie, I know we talk about kids all the time and I feel awful because you don't have kids, but you have dogs, and she posts all the time about her workouts, and you did like, what was it, a cat video or something, like working out with a dog or like weights. She's connected with her dog audience, right? She's like fur mamas. She doesn't have to be a mom to be on the team, but she did have to find a way. She's like, okay, Brady talks about her kid all the time. Like, that doesn't help me any. Like, I don't know what to do with that. I don't cook. I don't know what to do with that. So find what you are interested in. I love makeup. I love fashion. I love clothes. I love home decorating. I love, sharing new face washes that I try. That's me. I love dressing up my kiddo, and when she looks cute, then I take a picture and post it, outfit of the day on soap. Whatever brands you. That's really important in this business, because if you're not posting those things and you're not sharing those things daily publicly on Facebook, on your social media platforms, people aren't going to get enough of you to really be inspired and really like crave more. Does that make sense? They want to see more than, oh, there's another workout, there's another shake, there's another workout, there's another shake. And while that's important to be sharing to show like, hey, I'm being consistent, You've got to have something other than Beachbody to share, because any coach can share Beachbody, right? Any coach could post a stock photo and a person's going to be like, okay, I'll go buy it. But you want them to connect with you, and you want people on your team, and you want challengers that you're going to relate to, that you're going to have fun with, because that's what makes this business fun. Like, I love everybody on our team. Why? Because we connect on a different level than like, hey, you want to sell fitness programs too? I know you have a passion and want to sell protein shakes. Like, that's not what it's about. So kind of figure out what you want to attract into your team. What kind of vibe are you giving off? You know, you're going to attract, I think I posted this in our team page or somewhere, but you're going to, what's this text? Sorry. You're going to attract who you're posting to. So if you have the confidence to go out there and get outside your comfort zone and say, you know what? I really don't want to make this workout video because it's way outside my comfort zone, but I want to get better at that and I want to feel good about doing it. So I'm going to start doing it more. The more I made videos, the more I was like, wow, this really is not scary. Like, nobody is like being mean on my videos. I might not get a lot of traction. Like, nobody might comment or a sweaty selfie, or, you know, it took me forever to do team calls without makeup on some days because I was so insecure. But I started connecting. I was like, moms find it so non-relatable when I show up with like perfect hair, perfect makeup, perfect outfit. Why doesn't she have spit up on her clothes? Like, that's not relatable. Like, I don't know how to do that. So when I started kind of sharing like, hey, I'm a mom too, guys, like, trust me, like, I quit trying so hard. I'm like, all right, glasses on, selfie time. It doesn't have to be perfection. It has to be you, has to be authentic, okay? And that might take time to hone in on. It's taken me 2 years to evolve how I share, what I share, you know, what I like, because Beachbody has been so much part of my life. I've had to be like, okay, Bree, shut down Beachbody. You need to find a hobby. So I hope that makes sense as you're discovering who you are as a coach. It has to be more than I'm a Beachbody coach. It has to be, you know, what are you about? What do you want your team to be built on? And then the last thing for tonight, set 2 sets of goals. So we talked a little bit about goals, but I just wanted to leave you with this. Your non-negotiable goals. So those are your monthly goals that you're going to set for yourself that you are going to make happen. So when people say, how many people should I be inviting daily? I say, well, what's your goal? How many people do you want to help? And they tell me, you know, I want to hit Success Club 5. Okay, so you want to help 3 people? I'm going to tell you to invite and invite and invite. If that means inviting 1,000 people, that's what you have to do. If that means you talk to 3 people and they all sign up, that's what you have to do, right? So there's no set number on your non-negotiable goals. If you want to grow in this business and you tell me, sorry, I didn't realize my phone was on, that, you know, you want to grow as a leader, you better be reading personal development every day and making that a non-negotiable in your day, because you're not going to grow as a leader. You're not going to grow as a coach and a team builder if you're not growing yourself. So personal development, I'll tell you every single time, are you reading personal development? Nobody's joining you as a coach. Maybe you're not branding yourself as a leader. You need to go read more personal development. So set your non-negotiable goals that are going to happen no matter what. My coach would tell me every single time I was stressing about Success Club, she's like, well, how many people are you inviting? I'm like, well, you told me 5 to 10 a day. She's like, yeah, but you're not at your goal. So I guess you should up that number, huh? I was like, right, about that. Cool. Okay. Thank you. So it's a hard truth, but when you kind of realize that in your business, that it's not about a number of people you invite or a number of minutes you read in personal development, it's on you, right? It's your goals. Set the goals and make them non-negotiables in your month. And then you have push goals. So this is the last thing we're going to talk about really quick. Push goals are the non-obtainable goals, okay? My first year as a coach, I wrote on my goal board after my coach laughed at my first goals, like Emerald and $100 a month. She's like, wait, in 12 months, all you're going to do is that? Like, girl, I have Emeralds like overnight. I'm like, oh, I will reevaluate. These are the goals that aren't always obtained, but they get you out of your comfort zone. So this year, I know I'm having a baby. I have a toddler. I'm like overwhelmed. We had a remodel in our house, but I was like, you know what? Not Success Club. I want to be a 10-star diamond. And there was a goal behind that of I want to help 10 people on our team achieve and see the success that I did in a year. So I attached it to something, right? And I know that you guys can make these goals, and they're so scary to write down because that makes it like permanent, like, oh, I did make that goal. But at the end of the year, it doesn't matter if you hit, you know, your 2-star goal or your premier goal or diamond goal or diamond date. It's about getting outside your comfort zone and saying, I'm going to push as hard as I can and see where it lands me. So get outside your comfort zone. Your non-negotiable might be, I want to sign 2 coaches up a month, or I want to hit Success Club 5. Your push lofty goals is, I'm going to sign 6 coaches, and I'm going to have a diamond team by Summit or by November, okay? So set those push goals. That is it for my presentation, my beautiful, such lined up presentation. Okay, we have about 2 minutes before the call ends. Do you guys have questions? You can unmute yourself if you do. No questions. Was it helpful? Yes? Okay. I know when everyone's muted, then I just feel like I'm talking to myself. Again, I'll put those slides if it's helpful in our team page. I don't know. I mean, because they're my goals, it doesn't really, but at least you can kind of remember what I went through. But I hope it helps. I hope you guys all sit down in the next day or 2 and plan out your month. Plan out your posts. Go scroll page, you know, my page. If you're like, oh my gosh, we have a webinar on this week coming up, I don't want to feel scrambled. I'm going to go in PicMonkey and try to create a banner for it because I know the date and time of it. And I'm going to find a post that Bree's made about a webinar, and I'm going to recreate it, and I'm going to make it mine, and I'm going to save it. So that way that day when I'm like, shoot, that webinar, I've got work and the kids and this and so-and-so sick and I'm sick, all you have to do is copy, post, and create that event, right? It's super simple. So I do the same thing. I plan out all my posts. I tell people when I worked, I used to do my workout videos for the whole week on Saturday. I'd get a bunch of workout clothes. I'd go to my basement. I'd turn on my camera. I'd change clothes like 50 times, and I'd make little videos to like 15-second workout videos with different moves, and then I'd post those each day before I went to work. I was working out, but I didn't have time to make a video and post before I went to work because I was a sweaty hot mess, and I didn't have time to sit and play with apps. So my day off was for planning out my posts. Like, I'm going to post my workouts and my shakes. So literally, Erin's like, what is this pile of workout stuff? I'm like, oh, I just did like 20 workout videos. It's fine. So make a plan of attack and be ready to attack this month to reach your goals. That's all I have. And I'm out of breath. So that's it for tonight. I hope it was helpful, and I will talk to you guys later.
Have a good weekend, guys.
Bye.
Bye.